Good morning, Instagram, and good morning on Facebook as well. We're coming to you live from Mystic Fitness. My name is Kelly, and I'm here with the other Kelly, Kellie Mays. We're bringing you a power flow this morning, 60 minutes to start off your week, get your day going. We stream every single day at 9 a.m., no matter what, on Facebook and Instagram. And then everything gets archived and uploaded onto YouTube so that if you want to find our streams and practices at a different time on a different day, you're more than welcome to do so. When you are logging in, we'd love it if you send us a little heart or a comment. Just say good morning. Let us know that you're here. Feel free to send us pictures of where you are practicing from. We'd love to see your home studio space. This is going to be a power flow this morning, so please make sure that you have water with you on your mat. I would encourage you to have some kind of blocks or boxes or books or something that you can use as supports, maybe a towel. Make sure that you're taking time to nourish yourself with good food and lots of water before and after practices. It's 9 a.m. We'll get started in like just a minute. We have these amazing masks made by one of our instructors, Mary Beth, and a donation of any size through our Venmo account will get you one of these masks. We'll deliver it right to your door, into your mailbox, contact-free delivery to keep you and the community safe. We so appreciate your support at this time. Good morning, Nisa. Thank you for joining us. So nice to see you, Double Kellys, again today. Yes. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. So if you're not already on your mat, find a comfortable position. You could be seated, you can be reclined, and just allow your eyes to close. Morning, Cassia. Thank you for joining us. So good to have you guys here. Allow yourself a moment to just arrive into the space, arrive on your mat, to arrive into your body, your physical self, bringing your attention to how your body is feeling this morning and trying to bring that attention without judgment, just noticing in a really objective way. What do your legs feel like? What do your arms feel like? Are your shoulders holding tension today? Is there any constriction in your back or your neck? Just taking some deep breaths in and some slow breaths out. Good morning, Diane. Thank you for joining us. And as you continue just taking those slow breaths in and out, see if you can match the length of your inhales to the length of your exhales, bringing deep, even amounts of life force energy in and out of your body. Yoga is a practice. We return to it often, and each practice is unique in its own beautiful organic form. And it's important to remember that there is no end goal. You don't arrive finally as a yogi, but it is an ongoing practice. And so give yourself the space today to move through this practice with grace to yourself and compassion, knowing that this is part of the journey. This is the journey. This is the goal. Coming back again and moving through the postures with intention and patience. Take a breath in and out. Good morning, Charlie. So good to have you with us. If you are reclined, please take a moment to transition up into a seated position. Maybe sitting with your legs crossed. And then slowly bringing the palms either over your heart space or your prayer hands to heart center. We'll open this practice with the sacred sound of Om, cleansing breath first, in and out. Another breath in. Beautiful. You can open your eyes slowly and just allow yourself a few moments to wake yourself up, maybe a little head roll, a little shuffle, shake of the arms. If you're not in a seated position, please take the time to move up into a seated posture now. And let's just take a few moments to get some organic movements through the upper body. You can stretch your arms up to the sky. You can get some shoulder rolls going, both forwards and backwards. You can get some wrist circles or flipping palms up to the sky. Maybe you're making fists with your hands, just getting whatever motions are calling to you through the shoulders and the wrists. Making sure that you're waking up your body, greeting your body and saying good morning, just as you would a friend or a family member. Taking the time to warm up the joints, getting that synovial fluid moving, particularly in the hands and wrists before we put any pressure onto them. Maybe shaking it out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhaling both arms up to the sky now. Let's take a side stretch together. So the right fingertips will drop down to your mat. The left arm reaches up and over towards the right, getting a long stretch through the left side of your torso. And then on an inhale, you'll bring yourself back to center and swap out the arms. So left fingertips drop, right arm reaches up and over towards the left, feeling that amazing stretch now through the right side of your abdominals. And then taking this a couple times to each side at your own pace, lingering as long as you'd like in each side of the stretch, just aiming to move with your breath, letting your breath guide you. Let's take it one more time each side, guiding you into each motion, guiding you into the entrance and the exit from the pose, moving with intentionality. And then stretching tall again, we'll take a gentle twist here. So inhale, tall to the sky, lifting through the ribs. As you exhale, you twist to the right. So left fingertips come to the right knee, right fingertips just drop gently behind you. And then inhaling center. Exhale, twisting left. So left hands drop behind, right fingertips to left knee. And again, just take that a few times at your own pace, moving with your breath and taking a very gentle twist. There's no need to force your body in any direction or to any depth of stretch. Let's take it one more time each side. So a twist to the right, and your gaze can follow, giving a gentle twist to the neck as well. And then finally moving to the left side twist. And then one more time, inhale, center, and then we'll transition onto our hands and knees for a table position. Beginning with a nice neutral spine, so your gaze will be towards your mat, allowing for a neutral neck as well. And then a few cat and cows here, so inhale, open the heart, tilting tailbone to the sky. Exhale, curling the spine, tucking tailbone under. Inhale, open. Exhale, round and tuck, really pushing the floor away to create space in the shoulder blades. And then a few times moving at your own pace, matching movement to breath, breathing deeply in and out. Couple more breaths in and out. Feeling that opening through the shoulder blades on your cat, and then the opening through the heart on your cow. Maybe taking a few hip circles here, circling around in a clockwise motion, and just kind of smushing your body against itself, imagining you're using your belly button to draw circles on the floor, but now draw those circles the other way. moving around the same lines, just in the opposite direction. And your knees can be as close together or as far apart as feels right for you. Feel free to play around a little bit there. And then coming back to that neutral tabletop position, or maybe pressing your hips back for a child's pose if that's calling to you, and just taking a breath in and a breath out. When you're ready, returning back to that tabletop. We'll take a threaded needle here, but stay with me as we transition slowly in. So inhale, open the heart to the right, lifting right fingertips to the sky. As you exhale, thread that right hand through, but we're not staying yet. We'll inhale and open back up, and then exhale, thread. We'll take this one more time before we settle in. So inhale to open, and then exhale, thread the right hand through that space between left palm and left knee, and settle that right shoulder gently down onto the mat for a threaded needle. If a balance posture calls to you here, you're welcome to sneak those left toes back on your mat, and then maybe even lift that left foot up into the air. If it calls to you, no need to take it there yet. Breath in and breath out. Next inhale, we'll unwind your threaded needle. Reach those right fingertips up to the sky one more time, and then drop right fingertips back down to the earth. Let's take it on the other side. Maybe give your hips a little wiggle and wobble. Wag that tail for a moment. And then left side. Inhale, open, lifting left fingertips. Exhale, threading left hand through the space between right palm and right knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. One last time. Inhale to open the heart. And exhale, reach that left hand down through that space. Settle down into your mat. Maybe sneak those right toes back. Maybe lift that right foot up to the sky. Up to you. Your choice. This is your practice. Listen to what your body is asking for. One more breath in and out. Next inhale opens the chest, slowly lifting left fingertips up to the sky, and then gently lower the left hand back down to the earth. Right foot steps up in between the hands for a nice low lunge. Get a little hamstring and hip flexor stretch here. Give the hips a little rock, back and forth. Take a breath in and a breath out. Coming back to neutral with that right knee stacked over the right ankle. And then lift the left knee off the floor, coming into a runner's lunge. If you've got blocks, you can place blocks underneath your palms just to give a little lift to your chest so that you're not crunched over that front knee. Take a breath in and a breath out. Drop the left heel so that you're in a sort of warrior one stance. You can walk your feet out nice and wide if that helps you. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, rise up into your warrior one posture. You want both of your feet pointing mostly towards the front edge of your mat and your hips nice and square. Take your hands behind the lower back, interlace them. We'll take a flowy waterfall warrior here. Inhale, opening the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, slowly lower the chest over that right thigh, hinging from your hips. On your next breath, you pull up to the sky, and then exhale, release. Taking this a few times at your own pace, aiming to keep your hips nice and square. Pressing both feet firmly into your mat so you have a nice stable foundation that allows your upper body to flow. Next time you release the torso down, just allow it to stay there for a breath in and a breath out. Slowly releasing both hands and transition back to your runner's lunge. Left knee drops, low lunge, and then right foot steps back and left foot steps forward, taking that on the other side. So we begin in that low lunge, hips rock back, and forward, getting that stretch through the right hip flexor and the left hamstring. You're welcome to kind of flip that left foot out onto the outer edge and kind of lizard stretch if that feels good. And then when you're ready, you return to that neutral position, and then right toes tuck under, right knee lifts, coming into runner's lunge on the left, maybe placing those blocks underneath the hands, taking a breath in and a breath out. And then dropping that right foot now, coming into warrior one stance on the left side. I'm wiggling my feet out a bit wider to make sure my hips are nice and square and that both of my feet point towards that top edge. On your next breath in, you can slowly lift up, finding that warrior one. And then hands drop back behind your lower back, interlacing. Breathe in as you open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you fold forward. And then allowing yourself to flow carefully and slowly, moving with your breath, finding a breath pattern that can match the movements your body is making, allowing the length of your lift to match your inhale or exhale. Whichever it is fine. When you're ready, settling down with your torso folded over that left leg, giving yourself a breath here, in and out. Releasing your hands down to the floor, slowly transitioning back to your runner's lunge, and then low lunge. Left foot steps back, toes tuck under, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. First down dog of the practice, so be gentle with yourself here. Maybe walk your dog out, bending one knee at a time as you alternate pressing left and then right heel into the floor. Maybe you inhale the right leg up and just kind of give the hip a few circles. And then do that on the left side, floating the leg up, circling it out, just giving yourself a little stretch. Take a breath in and out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Palms come to shins or to the thighs and stay here for a breath, really stretching the crown of your head forward, creating length through your spine. And on an exhale, release. Pressing the soles of your feet down into your mat. When you're ready, you'll slowly rise up to a standing position, reaching the arms to the sky. Palms come together as you exhale, fold forward. Keep a micro bend through your knees, nice neutral spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips to your mat. Right foot takes a giant step back, runner's lunge. Left foot steps back to meet it in a high plank. Hold your plank, shoulders stacked over your wrists. The balls of the feet are pressing into the floor and your glutes are squeezed so that your hips are not sinking down towards the floor. Breath in, breath out. We'll take a right side plank, so right palm plants into the earth, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, left fingertips reach up to the sky, holding this for a breath in and out. One more inhale, feel the obliques working. And as you exhale, slowly transition back to your high plank. Both knees drop to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower yourself down all the way to the floor. Palms alongside the chest. On an inhale, open the heart for a low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes tuck under, hips lift up and back. Walk it out for a breath in and a breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Stay here for that breath. Allow the crown of the head to really stretch forward. Feel that length. And then on your exhale, release. Stabilizing through the feet, finding that foundation. You slowly rise on a breath in, reaching the arms to the sky. And then palms come together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold fingertips to your mat. Left foot takes a giant step back for your runner's lunge. Right foot steps back to meet it. High plank. Breath in, breath out. Left side plank here. So left palm plants. You want your shoulder aligned over the wrist as you open up onto the outer edge of the left foot. If you keep your shoulders over your wrists in your high plank, this should happen naturally, but make sure that you're checking your alignment. One more breath here. In. And as you exhale, slowly transition out, moving mindfully, rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows and lowering just a couple inches for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a breath here in and out. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. On your exhale, right knee pulls in towards the nose and right foot plants for your runner's lunge. Feel free to grab some blocks, place them underneath your hands. Take a breath in and out. Right palm comes to the right thigh. We'll take a twist here. Inhale and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right, maybe lifting right fingertips up to the sky. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, unwind the twist. And slowly, on a breath in, elevate to your airplane lunge, lifting those arms up. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and transition to your crescent lunge, lifting your chest all the way up off of your right thigh, reaching the arms to the sky, but making sure that your shoulders stay relaxed. So I encourage you to drop to bent elbow goalpost arms so that your shoulders stay nice and drawn away from your neck, away from the ears. Breath in, breath out. Let's take some lunges here. This is a power class. So we'll inhale and elongate the legs. Stretch the arms to the sky. As you exhale, you bend the arms and the legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lunge. And as you're pressing back up, make sure that you're pressing through that right heel and using that right glute to lift yourself back up to the sky. Let's take 5 more here. Ready? 5, 4, 3. Keep breathing. And 2. And last one, just hold it. Keep that left knee bent, right knee stacked over the right ankle. Hold those goalpost arms for 5, 4. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Let's lift up and then open to warrior 2. So hips open to the left side of the mat. Right toes are pointing to the top edge. Left toes point out to the left. Right arm stretches over right foot. Left arm stretches over left foot. Your gaze can be over the right fingertips or out to the left side, whatever feels right for your neck. Take a breath here in and out. On your next breath in, reverse your warrior by tilting the torso back, keeping your legs nice and stable where they are. Breath in, breath out. Inhale. And now as you exhale, tilt the torso forward, transitioning to a variation of extended side angle. So you can extend the right and left arms forward, or the right wrist can come to the inside of the right knee for more bent knee triangle variation. Maybe you rotate that left arm a few times. Take one more breath here in and out. Next inhale reverses your warrior one last time. And then your exhale cartwheels both hands to the floor to frame that right foot. Right foot steps back, high plank, holding your high plank here. We'll take a short toe tap for 5. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Roll forward on the toes, bend at the elbows, lower down just a couple inches. For your chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. On your exhale, left knee pulls in towards the nose, left foot plants, runner's lunge. Maybe grabbing those blocks, placing them underneath your hands, finding that slight elevation for the chest. Breath in, breath out. Left palm plants on the left thigh. We'll find that twist. We inhale and lengthen through the spine. We exhale, twist to the left. Maybe those left fingertips float up to the sky for a breath in and a breath out. When you're ready, you'll slowly lower the left fingertips back down towards your mat or to your block. On an in-breath, float the hands up into a hover, finding that airplane lunge. And then when you're ready, lifting the chest all the way up, crescent lunge. Dropping those arms to goalpost, making sure left knee is stacked over the left ankle. I would encourage you to have a nice wide stance. There's no need to be standing on a balance beam here. Allow your feet to be hips width distance apart to aid in your stability. Breath in, breath out. Let's find those lunges. So we inhale and lift through the legs and arms. We exhale and bend the knees, bend the elbows, and then lifting back up, we lunge again. And as you're lifting back up, you're using that left glute this time, really pressing through that left heel, making sure you're activating the muscles you need to. Let's take 5 more. Ready? 5. 4, imagine you're pulling a bar down with you. 3, create that tension. 2, and last one, you hold it. Hold those bent knees. Left knee is bent, right knee is bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open for your warrior 2. On the left side, making sure that that left knee is stacked over that left ankle. Left fingertips extend over the left foot. Right fingertips extend towards the right foot. Breath in, breath out. Notice how your torso is locked in the center. On your next inhale, go ahead and reverse your warrior, tilting the torso back, keeping that knee still aligned over that ankle. Breath in and out. Next inhale can tilt your torso forward, finding whatever variation of your extended side angle that's calling to you. So you can extend both arms, really working the abs. You can drop that left wrist to the inside of the left knee. Maybe you're revolving that right arm, getting a little more movement through the shoulder. Breath in and out. Next inhale, tilt your torso back. One more reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, framing that front foot. Left foot steps back, high plank. Holding your plank, let's take a shoulder tap. So right fingertips to left shoulder, and then left fingertips to right shoulder for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You guys are amazing. Roll forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe dropping knees to the floor, hips press back, child's pose. Maybe grabbing quick sip of water. How is everybody doing so far? Good morning, everyone. If there are any poses, balancing poses that you're calling for, we'll be moving into our balancing section in just a few minutes. So shoot us a comment if there's anything in particular you are looking for. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog again. You can walk out your dog, maybe bending both knees, drawing your chest towards your thighs, and then maybe pressing forward into a high plank. And just taking that a few times, moving with your breath, moving slowly with intentionality to engage the muscles through your core for this movement as you pull the hips back and bend the knees, and then press yourself forward. Take that 2 more times. One last cycle here, bending the knees, pressing yourself forward, and then maybe holding that high plank for a breath in and a breath out. Coming back into your downward facing dog, feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Rooting down through the soles of your feet, engaging the hamstrings. You'll slowly transition to a standing position, guiding your upper body up to the sky, arms reach, and then palms come together and drop to heart center. Let's just take a moment of grounding here. Your feet can be together or hips width distance apart, but the soles of your feet are spread out into your mat like you're going to leave 2 very clear footprints behind you. You allow that engagement to rise up into your legs and your glutes, your pelvic floor, and your core as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, palms come together and find a chair pose, letting your hips sink down, knees bending deeply, keeping a slight tuck to your tailbone. And even if your feet are hips width distance apart, so there's a nice wide space between your thighs, see if you can hug your thighs towards each other so that you're feeling lots of engagement through the insides of your legs, as if there's a magnet and some metal pulling towards one another. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lifting up to the sky. And exhale, chair. Let's take this a few times with breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chair. You can bring the elbows into it if you'd like, just like in our crescent lunge. Pulling that bar, finding that tension. Let's take 5 more chair squats here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Palms come together at heart center. I'd like to take a chair twist here. So you'll inhale, and as much as you can, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, just a gentle twist towards the right, and you can totally go ahead and drop that elbow if that calls to you, or you can extend the arms to the front and back of your mat, and just breathe here. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, feel that fire in your legs. 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, come slowly back to center, whatever that looks like. Hold the chair for another inhale. You got this. And exhale. And now sink into a forward fold. You guys are amazing. So strong. Maybe alternating bending 1 knee at a time, so you kind of wiggle and waggle your hips to the side. Getting a little stretch through the hamstrings. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, slow inhale brings you back up to standing. Reach both arms up to the sky. Palms come together, and when you're ready, chair. Holding it, setting yourself up. Nice tuck to your tailbone, nice long spine. We'll find that twist to the left. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And you can totally go ahead, drop that elbow to the left knee this time. Extend the arms maybe. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. When you're ready, you return to center, holding that chair pose in and out. And find that forward fold, bending 1 knee at a time, just kind of Rocking the hips from side to side. Planting your palms into your mat, both feet step back, finding a high plank. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out for a moment. And then feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next breath in guides you slowly up to standing. Reaching both arms up to the sky. Palms come together. Exhale, chair. You guys got this. You're so strong. Holding that chair. Breath in. Breath out. Shifting weight into the right leg. Allow your left knee to pull up towards your chest. Allow that right leg to extend nice and long. You can take a standing wind relieving pose if you'd like. Interlacing the hands underneath that left knee right on top of the shin bone and just pulling that thigh in towards the chest. Inhale and exhale. Releasing the hands but keeping that left knee lifted. We'll take a toe tap here by dropping the left toes down to the floor for a quick tap and then lifting back up. Make sure that the right glute is squeezed super tightly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that knee up and then open it out to the left side. You can hold onto that knee, or if you're a dancer type, you can grab onto that foot or big toe. Just make sure your hips stay nice and centered and that you're not popping the hip out to the side, but it's just the leg extending out. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, you release the foot but transition into a tree pose. So that left foot is going to plant somewhere along the inside of the right leg. That left foot can plant on the calf or shin or on the thigh. Just please avoid placing that left foot against your knee. You're aiming for that foot to be pressing really firmly against the right leg. So it's a super active and engaged pose. You're not just hanging out there, but really working to create engagement through your lower body. The palms can be together at heart center, or if you prefer another variation, arms extending out or up, whatever calls to you. You're welcome to take it there. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly release. Shaking it out. And we'll flow through a quick vinyasa to set it up for the other side. So inhale, both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, palms come together. You fold slowly forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to your mat. Feet step back for your high plank. Rolling forward on the toes, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. When you're ready, a slow rise to standing, making sure soles of the feet are rooted into the earth. Palms come up to the sky, and then you exhale, find that chair pose to begin. Holding it for a breath in and out. Shifting weight into the left foot, the right knee pulls up towards the chest as the left leg extends, finding that standing wind relieving pose, making sure that the left glute is squeezed super tightly to keep you stable. That's your foundation for this posture. Breath in, breath out. Bringing palms to heart center, we'll take those toe taps, so the right toes drop and just tap the floor before pulling right back up. This is fantastic strengthening for hip flexors. We do this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulling that right knee back up to the chest and then opening it out to the side. You can hold on to the knee or extend that leg out as you grab onto the foot. Maybe left arm reaches out to the left side. Breath in and breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. And then as you release, you'll slowly drop that foot so that you find your way into a tree pose. That right foot will plant on the inside of the left leg, on the calf shin area or against the thigh. Palms again or hands can be anywhere that calls to you. I would encourage you to try something different on this side of the posture. Maybe you reach the arms behind you interlaced and get a little opening through your chest. Maybe your arms flow, moving with your breath as you inhale and exhale. Finding something that calls to you here. 2 more breaths. Let's take 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly release that right foot down. Give your legs a little shake. Give your hips a little wiggle and wobble from side to side. All right, we'll continue into the rest of our balancing sequence. Maybe grab a quick sip of water. All right, standing with the feet together, we'll come into an eagle pose next. So inhale both arms up to the sky and identify your right arm. Let it swing underneath the left. You can interlace your hands or place each hand on the opposite shoulder, whichever feels right for you. Bending both knees, you'll let your hips sink way down. Right toe step out to the right, and then right thigh wraps up and over the left thigh. Aiming to keep your hips and your chest square towards the front of your mat, and aiming to keep a really deep bend in that standing leg so that your hips sink nice and low. There's no need to get that right foot behind the left leg, as long as you are squeezing your legs as tightly together as you can, with the goal of eliminating any space, any air pockets between. Breath in. Breath out. Hinging from the hips, we humble our eagle, dropping the chest towards the thigh, and maybe you unravel that right leg and kick it back behind you so that you're flying your eagle, an airplane with eagle arms. In this airplane eagle, your hips are square towards the floor, so it can be helpful to flex that right foot and point the toes down towards the earth. 1 more breath here, in and out. Now let's unravel the way we came in. So see if you can rewrap that right leg and then lift the chest. Beautiful. And then we unwrap the right leg, unravel the arms, stretching up to the sky. Let's just pause for a moment here. Give yourself a few organic movements to just reset. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale both arms up to the sky. Identify the left arm. Let it swing underneath the right. Again, you can either interlace the hands or place each hand on the opposite shoulder. Both knees bend, letting the hips sink way down. Left toe step out to the left side. Left thigh wraps up and over the right. Hips get really low as that right knee bends deeply. Your chest stays lifted in a proud eagle pose. You're squeezing your legs together as tightly as you can. Breath in, breath out. 1 more inhale. And now as you exhale, you humble that eagle, dropping your chest to your thighs. And then you unravel that left leg, kicking it back behind you, pressing away through the left heel, allowing the
toes to point down towards the earth, keeping your hips nice and square and in one plane. Breath in, breath out. And now we'll exit this pose the same way we came in. So ravel the legs back up, wrapping them around, lifting the chest, and then unwrapping left leg, unwrapping the arms, reaching them up to the sky. And then let's take a nice forward fold. So walk the feet out a bit wider with a gentle bend in your knees, nice neutral spine, just kind of fold forward. Maybe taking a ragdoll here, wrapping each hand over the opposite elbow and just swing gently from side to side. Maybe bending the knees and dropping yourself down into a nice low squat. That feels really nice at this point in the practice. You can press your elbows kind of against the insides of your knees to get a little more stretch through the insides of your legs. You can also take a gentle twist here, maybe dropping the left palm to your mat or to a block and just opening up to the right. And then you can swap that out. Maybe taking that one more time to each side. That feels really nice. Breath in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Let's just sit right back down onto our bottoms here. Stretch both feet forward for a moment. Let's pull that left foot in towards the inside of the right leg. We'll get a nice hamstring stretch here. And we'll start off with a nice long spine. So you can inhale and lift the arms up to the sky, really focusing on lifting through the rib cage, and then a slow hinge forward, aiming to keep that length. And if you can reach like all the way down towards the front of your foot and keep that length through the lower back, it's okay to kind of gently round then at the end, but aiming to always set yourself up with that length to begin. Let's stay for 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, you'll slowly lift your chest back up and we'll swap out the legs. So left leg extends long, right foot pulls in so that the sole of the foot connects to the inside of the left leg. Take a nice deep breath in and stretch through the spine. As you exhale, aiming to keep that length, you hinge forward. And then if you're reaching all the way down to that left foot at the very end, you can kind of round the spine a little bit to gently fold forward and just kind of surrender into this beautiful hamstring stretch. Taking a breath in and a breath out. And keeping a slight micro bend through the knee as well to make sure that you're not hyperextending or doing any harm, but being gentle with yourself. Even if you're a super flexible type and it doesn't feel too difficult to kind of reach down to your foot, just be mindful of your body and listen to what it's telling you so that you don't take it too far. One more breath here, in and out. Now let's stretch both feet forward, keeping both legs nice and long. Taking a breath in, and then as you exhale, just a gentle hinge forward from the hips, keeping your spine nice and long, stretching through the crown of your head. And you can kind of wiggle your hips a little bit so that your sits bones are really pressing into the floor, which can give yourself a little more length through your spine and through your lower back. Taking a breath in and a breath out, just feeling this delicious stretch through the hamstrings. They did a lot of work today. If you'd like to just bend or surrender your head, let your head hang heavy, shake your head a little, yes, no, maybe so. That can feel really nice. One more breath in and out. Slowly lifting your torso back up. I'd like to take one more forward fold here, a nice wide-legged forward fold, so you can stretch your legs out to the left and right, coming off your mat. And I find it really helpful that once I've put my legs out to the side, I kind of walk my hips forward a little bit so that I really get the stretch that I'm looking for. And you can fold forward here, or you can gently bend to the left or right. Just kind of play around. See what feels good for you. I like to sometimes kind of stretch over to the side, get a little torso stretch in, little side stretch. Reaching forward will deepen the stretch through the insides of your legs. So as you do so, just move carefully and slowly, listening to your body. Breath in and breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Bringing your legs back to center and just slowly take your time to fully recline down onto your mat. Stretching your legs long, stretching your arms long overhead. I like to do a little bit of abs before we fully surrender down onto our mats. So take a breath in and a breath out. Drop both knees in towards your chest. Give them a quick squeeze and then press the feet up towards the ceiling. Now, keeping your legs as straight as possible, you're going to very slowly lower your legs down towards your mat until they're in a hover over the floor. When your legs are hovering about an inch over your mat, you pull the knees back in towards the chest, press the feet to the sky, and then slowly, slowly lower. And as you're lowering your legs, aim to continue pressing your lower back down towards your mat so that you're eliminating the space between your lower back and the floor. Let's take 10 more of these, nice and slow. 10, aiming to use muscle, not momentum here. 9, moving your legs as slowly as you can, and then pulling them in for 8. You got this. Keeping a micro bend through your legs too. 7, always keeping a micro bend through the knees so that we don't hyperextend or do any damage. 6, you guys are doing great. Nice and slow. You're getting so strong. 5, we're halfway through. Lower, 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 and pull in and lift and lower. I think that was 4. I'll try not to lose count. 3. You guys are almost done. Ready? 2. Lift. Lower. And let's do one more. Pull in. Lift. And lower. Keep pressing that lower back into the floor. And when you get your legs into that hover, hold it there. Pressing lower back into the floor. You can hold them nice and stable or open your legs wide like a pair of scissors and close for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull those knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Take a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. Pulling that right leg in towards the chest, wrapping your hands around just underneath that right knee. Let the left leg stretch long, coming into a wind relieving pose on the right side, a reclining wind relieving pose. We did do this standing earlier in the practice. Maybe you allow that right ankle to rotate a little, getting out any little crackling sounds that are in there. That left leg is stretched long. And that left leg is active, so the left foot is flexed, toes are pointing to the sky, and you are pressing away through that left heel as you pull right knee in so that you get this long, long stretch through your lower body. 2 more breaths here, in and out. Last breath in. As you exhale, slowly release that right leg, stretching it down your mat. Breath in pulls the left knee in close to the chest, interlacing hands underneath that or underneath the left knee, right on the shin, pressing away through the right heel. Breathing in and breathing out. If you prefer, you can also bend that right knee and just plant the sole of the right foot into your mat if that feels better. One more breath here. Pulling it in, filling the lungs. And exhale. When you're ready, you can release that left leg, stretching it long down your mat, maybe reaching the arms up overhead. And we'll finish out with an inversion before we come into our final resting posture. So bending your knees and grabbing a block, you'll lift your lower back and plant that block underneath your lower back in preparation for a waterfall or supported shoulder stand. If a different inversion is in your practice that you'd like to take, feel free to take it there. With your lower back resting on that block, you'll extend both legs up to the sky for a waterfall position, maybe reaching the arms up to the sky as well. And what this does is it just allows the blood to drain from your extremities back down towards the heart space. You can wiggle your hands and feet, rotate the wrists and ankles, maybe give yourself a little shake as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself just a couple more breaths in this sort of flipped upside down position, changing your perspective, letting your legs and your arms elevate above the heart space, above your head, just letting yourself kind of hang there. For one more inhale and exhale. Slowly allowing your hands and feet, arms and legs to travel back down towards the floor, stretching your legs out long, stretching your arms long. Giving yourself time to settle into your body and find a position that allows you to sustain a sense of stillness, finding a position that allows you to just melt away into your mat and focus on your breath, a position that allows you to release any lingering tension through your muscles, through the body. Taking a breath in and a breath out. There are so many lessons that we can learn from yoga and from engaging in a regular yoga practice. What I'd like you to take away from today is to move through your day, move it through your life with the same intentionality with which you move into and out of postures during your yoga practice. Moving with intentionality to avoid doing harm, moving with intentionality to give grace and compassion, moving with an intentionality to just see the human in yourself and others the same way that you do on your mat during your practice. Take a breath in and out. Slowly moving from reclined up into a seated posture. No rush to get there. Moving carefully, moving mindfully, listening to your body as you do so. And once you arrive in that seated posture, you can bring palms over the heart space or prayer hands to heart center. And we'll close our practice the same way we opened it with the sacred sound of Om. A cleansing breath first, in and out. And now a breath in. Thank you so much for joining us here today. There's a word in Sanskrit that means bow to you. That word is namaste. And now I take the time to honor the light in each and every one of you and bow to you. Namaste. I hope that you'll join us again. We stream to you live every single day on Instagram and on Facebook, and then everything gets archived and uploaded to YouTube so that you can find these practices absolutely anytime you like. We're so glad that you guys are staying with us to keep your home practices going. Please feel free to keep sending us pictures of what you guys are doing. We're so happy to have you with us. Have a great day. See you guys later.